We are live from Lollapalooza here on 93 XRT and joined by Sam and Paul of Interpol. Hey guys, how you
How's
doing,
it going?
man?
Hey.
Welcome back to Chicago. Welcome back. Just welcome.
Thanks.
It's been a few years.
Great to be here.
Yeah.
Love Chicago.
You've been here for a few days. You've been playing. You've played like 2 gigs already.
Yes.
Wow.
Good.
How'd they go?
It was good. House of Blues one night, and then the newest venue, Thalia Hall, down in Pilsen.
How was it playing at Thalia Hall?
That might be my new favorite venue.
That was
Yeah.
a great venue.
Yeah.
Yeah, great dressing rooms.
Wow. What's it like with that really tall stage? Did you notice that?
You mean high above the
High
audience?
above the audience,
It was.
yeah.
That was a little. That took a song or two to get used to, actually.
Yeah.
It felt, a little like being on display in a way. Normally, you feel like you're part of the crowd in an odd way, but then anyway, I got used to it, and it was a really great show.
Well, how many shows have you done since you've come back on this, with the new record? And is it sort of at the beginning right now?
We did some stuff back in March
Mm-hmm.
in the UK, and then
I must say 40 shows. That's
yeah,
my ballpark.
Wow, that's pretty extensive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The, the preamble has been long.
yeah, because the record doesn't come out until like next month.
Next
right?
month,
in
yeah.
September. Yeah. Well, congratulations on that. It's really great to have Interpol back with a record. You know, I was thinking today when I knew I was going to speak with you guys that when the first EP came out, I remember hearing that and saying, "Oh my God, this is the kind of music I love. This is the era that I just really, really dug so much." And to have it come back in the early 2000s, and with your take on it,
Yeah.
and the energy that you guys brought to it, it was just so exciting. And it's great that you are back with a new record.
Thank you.
It feels good, yeah.
Yeah, well, tell us a little bit about the record. This is the first time that you went in the studio as a trio.
Yeah. We sure did.
Yeah, and you had to. Well, Paul, you play bass on the record.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I always feel the need to clarify that we don't. Everything happens for us in a rehearsal room generally. Like we're a band that doesn't write records in the studio,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe that's just the word that you use. But like everything's written, and by the time we get to the studio, we're just sort of documenting these songs that we've written together. So the experience of becoming a 3-piece took place in the rehearsal room.
Wow.
I don't know why I have to clarify that, but
Oh,
I
it's
always feel the need to.
No, that's cool.
It's a fact. There was probably about an eight month period just hashing out the material
Mm-hmm.
before we entered the studio.
In a basement.
Right.
Yeah, nice dank basement.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people were afraid that maybe Interpol wasn't going to come back. So, like, when did you guys make the decision that it's time to do this again? Because, Paul, you did a couple solo records, and everybody was doing kind of...
Sam did one.
Yeah.
Daniel did one, actually.
right.
I mean, I never had a question. I don't think anybody. It would have been weird. It would have been much weirder for someone to call and say, "I don't want to do another record," than for someone to say, like, "When are we going to make another record?"
Yeah.
Daniel called in like August. I feel like was when.
It was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's the first music I heard was August, when I think Daniel basically had a batch of songs written,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when we started. So then it was like we only worked briefly in 2012. And then we worked most of 2013
Yeah.
and recorded at the end of the year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is Daniel, does he write most of the songs? Is that how it plays out?
He presents the material,
Mm-hmm.
like guitar tracks.
Right.
Yeah. They're well-informed ideas.
Yeah.
Good parts, and then...
And then we build.
Yeah, then we build.
Well, the lyrics come from that, right? Then you have lyrics, and or do
Lyrics are last. Lyrics
Mhm.
are, I mean, sometimes they're earlier in the process, but it just, you got to start somewhere. And our starting point is a guitar progression by Daniel. And
Yeah.
then normally it would be Carlos who wrote almost instantly. He could come up with a solid bass line. And that would inform what I did on guitar and vocally. And it wasn't until we didn't have Carlos there that I realized that it's hard for me to interpret Daniel's music without there being a bass line kind of nailing down his chords.
Yeah. Kind of nice counterbalance.
Yeah.
So and it's even just in terms of like maybe it's a C minor or maybe it's an F. Like I don't actually know music theory well enough. Maybe there's no such thing as a C minor. Oh, I'm bad. But
There is C minor.
there is, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I quite like C minor, actually.
You have to. It's just the B string open.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I couldn't think of top melodies until the chord progression was decided, and it's like the bass's job to sort of decide what those
Right.
chords are. So that was like day 2 of working on material that I said I'll bring a bass and just see to like explore if the ideas come to us that way, and then they did, and we
Yeah.
really were off and running by the second day.
Yeah, well, I like the idea, and how you guys do it so well is melody over like driving rhythm, and it's really great.
That's I think Paul and I have always had a good rapport
Mm-hmm.
with those two elements.
Yeah.
How they inform each other.
Yeah.
You talked about that first EP, like that's how I felt when I heard the band for the first time and wanted to join. It was like, oh, I like what they're doing,
Yeah.
what's going on here, and I was like, I know what they need. They need
Me.
me. I drive a big truck.
Well, the first song that we have is called All the Rage, and we really like playing it on XRT, and I played it on my specialty show early on. But I was watching the video for it today for the first time, and that's kind of a cool video. It's like I never would have associated Interpol, a band that is so closely associated with New York City, to have a surf video. That's wild. And Paul, you co-directed that, right?
Yeah, I was sort of in charge of the surf aspect. Yeah.
Where did that come from? Did you guys shoot that?
No, we called in footage from all around the world. Like, spent a lot of time getting in footage, and then I went through and just sort of picked 90 seconds out of 4 hours of clips and turned them all black and white and cut them up like that.
Wow. That's really impressive, man. It's
It
so
was
much the
fun.
agony of defeat watching that, you know?
It was fun. Yeah,
It's
but
really
then there's
crazy.
equal measure, there's success, I
True.
feel like, in those clips.
True that.
Yeah, kind of interesting part of one's human condition there on a big
Yeah.
wave. The guy who does the
Yeah,
like
spin,
180.
it's bonkers, man.
Come on.
Well, the last time you were in Chicago, you played with U2 at Soldier Field, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. how
Oh,
about
that little show.
That little, as Bing Crosby would say, that little clam bake.
A little clam bake, yes.
But it's so great that you're here tonight at Lollapalooza, and the record comes out September 9th. El Pintor,
El Pintor,
and what does that refer to?
the painter,
The painter. That's great.
Espanol.
Well, we're going to play a song from the record right now. It's All the Rage, and thank you so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
you bet.
Thanks for indulging the police conversation.
Yeah, well, sure. You don't know what we're talking about, but that's for the best.
Yes.
It's Interpol, and we are live from Lollapalooza here on 93 XRT. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.